Hola bandidos, ¿cómo estamos? Welcome to Mel's Magic Official. I'm Magic Mel, and this is Angel, one of my angels. How are you guys doing? It is episode 13 of season 9, and I want to try something a little bit different this month. And not kind of like pen up all the energy, and then I have so much to say and churn out like 50-minute videos. I'm gonna make it like bite size, poco a poco, spoon feed you day by day, and make it easier on me also. Va? So I have nothing planned, but I thought we'd pull just on your energy today. I'll pull one main card and two clarifiers, and we'll take it from there. I'm feeling mellow. I just woke up from a siesta. Remember, I live in Spain. But other than that, I'm catching up on that short night of sleep the other night where I recorded like 3 videos, remember? And I had green tea. That stuff is powerful, man. I'm not missing the coffee. The good thing about tea also, it's actually hydrating. You know, with coffee, if you have a coffee, you should drink a glass of water at the same time because coffee is dehydrating. So I feel in general better. And the tein is more like, the caffeine is like, so yeah, I feel more, like middle gear. Middle gear, smooth cruising is good. Smooth cruising is good. And I went to my 2 dance classes this morning, which is always, it's part of my plan or my intention to be more in the body. It might sound weird now, like, what do you mean more in the body? Well, I don't know about you, but I spent most of my life disconnected from my body. I always used to be rather scared to really be embodied. And it took me a while to figure out why. Looking back, it makes sense because I'm a HSP, hypersensitive person. So I used to be scared of feeling things too intensely, so I would escape myself. And I guess from childhood, just kind of like analyzing here, one of my coping mechanisms was to escape into the mind. So not feel safe enough in the body, but to just escape intellectually into the mind. So my deprogramming, because I think we spend like half of our lives learning a lot of crap, and then we have to unlearn it. So part of my unlearning is to reconnect with my body, to really be present, and to have my body reflect my mind. And that goes for all of us. Sometimes we clamp up in postures. I used to slouch all the time. That was a reflection of my own inner self-concept and emotional state. I used to almost like defend myself against the world. So I'm working on opening up. Someone with open chest, you're also like showing that you're like, hello world, welcoming the world, welcoming life. And it just, because the mind, the body is one system, mind-body complex, it signals to your mind that, hey, I can do this. I'm confident. If you slouch and do like this, you kind of feel emotionally smaller also. And you signal to your mind that, like, you're fragile, you're vulnerable. And that's not something bad. That's a whole other topic. I'm totally for being open and vulnerable, but in a sense of fragile as in I'm weak. So I want to signal to my own body mind complex that, hey, we got this. We can do this. We can handle things. So, and another reason is that in belly dance, oriental dance, it's crazy. It opens up a lot of chakras, like emotional chakras. It's crazy. So it's part of my somatic healing journey, dance. And obviously it releases a lot of tension and it's just fun also. I love that 90s music, 80s and 90s music. And our teacher is just amazing. She is, one of those women who thrives on seeing other women thrive. And that's something really beautiful. This whole like gossiping or criticize, it's like, come on. But she's really someone who lifts you up, who wants the best for you, who wants you to look good even. It's amazing. So that's my highlight of the day. And then I had a bit of a nap. And that goes hand in hand with being in the flow. Remember, I told you that my intention with this new moon is to be more in the flow. So I catch myself, because usually Magic Mail's whole programming is we wake up and we go. And then I tend to contract in my breathing and go up into the mind. And I kind of, even my walking, I walk like a bit like a robot. And now I'm like, Magic Mel, ease, be grounded, connect with your sensuality, flow, breathe. And that is essential, because I ask myself, well, what can anchor me in the present moment to enable me to flow? It's the breath. And you know, we hear that all the time, your breath, your breath. But to really practice those things makes all the difference. Is your breathing fast and shallow, or is it deep? Does it really feel, are you using all of your lung capacity, even your belly, like the babies, you know, when they sleep, the belly raises, really drawing the breath in, really exhaling deeply. That has an effect on our parasympathetic nervous system, i.e. we calm down. We can hype ourselves up, you know, like ready to fight. That's when we hyperventilate, or we can ease and smooth and soothe ourselves with the breath and ground ourselves also, because the breath connects us with our body. Small things. And for me, all of those grandiose, you know, whether it's intentions or, oh, I want to change, so overwhelming. If that intention is not grounded in everyday practice, ça ne sert à rien, no sirve. It's like just empty air talk. So I want to walk my own talk. It's like, okay, Magic Mel, you set an intention. What are you doing about it? How are you applying it in your daily life? How are you putting it to use? How are you practicing it? Because for me, a philosophy is no good if it's not applied to daily life, if we don't actually live it out. Yeah. And I had a conversation, a good interview with a good friend of mine. Interview I need to edit, and I'll share with you when it's ready. And he went to the G20 summit in India, and there was a major show about Gandhi. And Gandhi also said, "Let my life be my message." Leonora Carrington, one of my favorite artists, she also said, it's not enough for the artist to show his or her work. The artist has to model through his or her their lifestyle. Their life should be an example of their art. So your life is your canvas. What are you painting? Because we are all artists. We are all innately creators, whether we're conscious about that or whether we're unconscious about that. And we're on this journey here in becoming conscious creators, responsible, conscious creators. Voila, it's my 2 cents for today. And now I'm going to pull some cards for you. And I also want to, in German we say einweihen. I don't know how to say it in English. It's to initiate. Sounds a bit serious. To initiate the cards. To introduce the cards. Bon. Allora, I'm connecting with your Asca team. It is Tuesday 13th. It's an ominous day in Spain. You know, in Spain it's not Friday 13th. It's Tuesday 13th. Whatever. It's Tuesday. No, it's not the 13th. Sorry, it's 3rd. What am I thinking? I'm telling you, time is all muddled up. 13th, 3rd. Tuesday the 3rd. Beautiful, sunny Spain, vamos allá. What is your energy today? Main energy. Oh gosh, here goes my nose. This is so insane, guys. Sorry. My spirit guides are, I don't know why they're doing that. Putting a feather on my nose or something. What is your main energy today? Vamos. How's your Tuesday been? You know, I'm planning, or it's my intention, to make a memento mori painting. And you know what memento mori is? An artistic trope from, I think, the 15th century, or yeah, which artists use to remind us of our own mortality. Usually it's like a skull with some still life around. And that's not to be morbid, but we tend to live in this bubble. We tend to divorce life from death. And I feel it's a sobering and inspiring thing to have death as a concept in the background, because death is what makes life worth living. If we were to live forever and ever, I mean, I don't know, Some people actually want to live forever. But for me, that notion would just take away the value of life, the gift of life, to be really alive. So for me, to have the notion of memento mori, just kind of there in the background, is a push for me to pursue my passion, to seize life every day, carpe diem, to really go after my excitement, to live it basically consciously every day. So that when the day arrives, I can say, it was a hell of a ride. It was an amazing adventure, rather than just kind of zombieing our way through life, you know? It's like, don't take things for granted. Oh, there's an amazing card that came out. There's two that came out, so I'm going to take. So, first card. Your main energy is a Six of Swords. I love it. And this goes very nice hand in hand with the overall smooth, balanced justice energy of October. We are blessed that in October, the environmental energies are such that they're pretty balanced, which means that they are encouraging us and supporting us to rebalance also. If the waters are choppy, imagine we're like in this canoe and there's like choppy water, it's difficult to balance. But look, waters are smooth. We are going forth into smooth waters. Yeah. The swords is kind of symbolic. The swords is like, okay, I see the challenges. I'm aware. I have a clear head about it. My emotions are steady. We've got the bigger picture, literally. Look at that panorama. Moving into calmer waters. Supporting energy is the Four of Swords in reverse. So let's look up here. Now she looks a bit grumpy. I think she should take a siesta. I love the Witch's Tower. They're also like pretty funky images. So she looks like she's sneaking around. She looks like she's kind of been caught in the act. She's like, oops, you didn't see me. Take that sword. Maybe the swords were supposed to just be leant against the wall. Okay, you're coming out of this energy. So I'm relating that with the Six of Swords. Yeah, we're talking about swords here, which is the suit of the mental suit, usually to do with our mindset, our worries, our fears, our dreams. Yeah, so it looks almost like, because they also came out together, she is picking up these swords to be put in the canoe so that the capitan here, the rower, can see them clearly. You know, when we have a clearer picture of our own minds functioning, of our own mental traps we can get ourselves into, of our own triggers towards anxiety, then obviously the ride will be smoother because we're not caught off guard by our own self-sabotaging shadow beliefs. Everything is in sight. So it looks like she's aiding this personaje here to have a clear picture of the potential obstacles, but being prepared. It's also about not like going to war, but it's like you know your weapons. And the sword can be a double-edged sword, literally, you know? The sword of truth, it can bring clarity, it can also be cutting. I mean, there's so many expressions associated with a sword. The truth can hurt also, you know, when you're in situations where you're thinking, oh, should I say the truth? I ask myself 3 questions by Thich Nhat Hanh. He says, ask yourself, is it true? Is it kind? And is it necessary? And then go ahead and speak it in the most, you know, assertive and compassionate, clear way possible, humanly possible. So perhaps you're getting ready to face a situation head on in order to create smoother waters, in order to create clarity. And you're literally preparing yourself, preparing your, maybe each sword is an argument or a case, a reason, something that you want to bring forward into clarity, and you're getting ready for that in a calm and gathered and self-conscious, aware way. And maybe those are like 3 swords here. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary? boom, you're preparing to sail the ship or to row the canoe. Yeah. So let's do one more card here. One more card to clarify the Six of Swords and Four of Swords. Thank you so much. Feeling mellow. You're lucky, Magic Mail's mellow at this hour. It's like 4 p.m. here. I mean, I show you different moods. If you've been in my channel for longer, you kind of seen pretty much a whole palette of my moods, of my energy types. Yeah. What was I saying that yesterday made me chuckle also because I'm like, I don't know if I have toxic traits. Of course I do. Probably the reason that I think I don't have toxic traits is a toxic trait because we all have them. You know, we all come with shadow and light. Wow, that's too much, guys. Oh, I'm going to take, the top one. Look who's here. La Imperatriz, the Empress, nicely crowning our story here. Is all mirror reversed, so I don't know why Apple does that. It's like shows me everything in mirror reversed. Voila. So, or let's do like this here. You know, Empress came up a lot. The divine feminine rising in you, regardless of your gender. Remember, it's that intuitive part in you. That for the divine masculines, your own Empress, internal Empress, will help you recognize your external 3D Empress out there. Just like my internal divine masculine aspect will recognize my external divine masculine. Well, my Empress energy will recognize it too, because the Empress wants to feel safe in the presence of a divine masculine, because a lot of feminine energy has not felt safe in this world, guys. Yeah, well, even in you guys, you repressed your own emotions. So the feminine energy needs to feel safe in the presence of the divine masculine energy, which can be embodied in any gender. Okay. So we're all smooth sailing towards our Empress. Oops, there she is. Our Empress energy. Look at her. Chilling on her throne. It's kind of fancy throne. Dressed in green, heart chakra, abundance. She's the master of the seasons. It seems like it's turning from autumn into winter in the background. There's a river in the background. She's the queen of, well, the Empress of emotions. She's the queen of queens. All 4 queens. And maybe she's waiting for the ship to roll in, metaphorically. Looks like she's waiting for this message or this clarity or, yeah, whatever, you know, message this canoe is transporting. Because he's going somewhere, no? He's just not like driving these swords around. I mean, you could, anything's possible. Cada loco con su tema, we say in Spain, you know? But it looks like she, they're going somewhere. They're aiming somewhere. They have a destination. So, the voyage is towards the Empress, which we are all in general voyaging towards embodying more of this Empress energy, or towards allowing more of that Empress energy. And the Empress, the energy of the Empress is magnetic, is abundant. You know, she's not like scurrying around somewhere. She's just like sitting there, chilling, knowing that the power of her womb, the power of her aura attracts everything that she needs and wants. She doesn't have to run after things. She doesn't have to chase for us. No, nothing of that. It's like the Empress. She's chilling there, waiting for the message to arrive, waiting for the ship to sail in, waiting for the harvest to arrive, because we are in harvest season. Just came out of the harvest moon, the super full moon in Aries. So it's an invitation to reflect for yourself. What is your communication, internal communication with your own divine feminine energy, your own Empress energy, with your intuition? Do you listen to it? Do you make space for it? Do you trust it? And then do you act on it? Because we can just listen and not do anything about it, no? Action is an important part of our empowerment as human beings. We are co-creators of reality. So yes, the divine helps us manifest, but we signal to the universe, whatever you want to call it, the higher power, God, that we are in charge of our own destiny by acting it out, by fleshing it out, by doing something about it. We don't just sit on the couch and fantasize about it. So, talking about destiny, and we talked a lot about the soul, we need to connect with our intuition. So, are you connecting to your intuition? Are you conversing with your intuition, with your heart also? Yeah. What does your own inner Empress have to tell you? Maybe she has a message for you. Maybe she's waiting for you to connect with her internally because she has a message for you. Maybe she wants to guide you. Maybe she wants to help you in your own unlearning of whatever's blocking you from your own abundance, from your own worthiness. The Empress is like worthy. She's like, I don't need to prove anything to anyone. I know I'm worthy. I know my own worthiness. So, all of these different psychological aspects, the Empress, the King of Swords, etc., so many, are all there for us to connect to when necessary. It's like a psychological ecosystem, and psyche comes from soul. It's Greek or Latin. I think it's Greek. It's the same as a synonym for soul. So we have all of these soulful aspects that are waiting for us to connect with them internally, to embody them, to actually bring them down into the body, to act out from them. For example, divine feminines, you can ask yourself, what would the Empress do in this situation? If you're faced with a dilemma, let's say you're running after a guy or trying to get his attentions, your Empress energy inside will tell you, what are you doing? The Empress doesn't chase, the Empress attracts. So your own inner Empress will protect you, will guide you. Goes for all genders here. She will also say, hello, listen to me, connect with me. I have some wisdom with you to share, but you got to slow down, come back into the body, out of the mind. Take away all those swords, clear your mind, and come back, connect with your body through your breath. Because the Empress aspect lives in our body. Our body is the castle of our Empress. The Empress is sensual, is embodied, is grounded. Yeah. So, that's why also for me it's important to connect with my body, to not escape myself. My body's helping me to embody Empress energy. So that's a good question. There we go. I like to ask myself questions, and the quality of our answers depends on the quality of the questions we ask ourselves. Questions can guide us in the right direction and can help us clarify our own path. My question to you, are you connecting with your inner Empress? What does she have to say? Does she want to protect you? Does she want to guide you? Let's keep it at that, bandidos. I'm going to upload this video. Thank you for sharing your time and attention, which is the most important things we can give to each other. Our presence, our time, and our attention. So if you watch this video to the end, thank you for your attention. Thank you for being here. I hope this was valuable to you. And comment in the comment box. How is your own connection with your own inner Empress, regardless of your gender? We all have that aspect, divine feminine aspect, wanting to thrive again in this world. Okay? Tell me in the comments box. Bandidos, love each one of you. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and I'll see you on my Patreon. And I'll see you for episode 14 coming up mañana. Ciao.